All right, everyone, welcome to another session of the Tuesday Morning Ukulele Club. Let's start off with our stretch, all right? I think the last time we stretched at the end, and we should actually stretch at the beginning. So this is the easy one. Take our hands, take our thumb, finger one, press index finger, stretch out, middle finger, stretch out, ring finger, stretch out, pinky, stretch out, pinky again, stretch out, ring finger, stretch out, middle finger, stretch out, index finger, stretch out. It's good. And shake it out, all right? Remember, when we're playing, whether it's left hand technique, right hand technique, you want to have lots of flexibility. No locking of the hand to the wrist, all right? All right, now, I'm gonna grab my uke. And I'm hoping, looks like Janine. Janine is joining us. Super. All right, so welcome to Janine. So we're going to tune, I presume, good morning, Janine. We just got started, so welcome. Janine, please mute yourself. We'll have a round robin, we'll talk again at the end. But if you're on, make sure you're going to mute yourself. If you have any questions, wave, because I've got you in the squares mode here, or click the put your hand up feature on Zoom. All right, we've talked a lot about tuning. I hope everyone your ukes are in tune. And like I said, I've got my headstock tuner, and my headstock tuner turns green. Oh, yeah, there it goes. So my dog has fleas. All right, there we go. All right. So whether you're using a software app on your phone or a headstock tuner, then make sure you're in tune. Okay. So over the last couple of sessions, we've learned a lot of chords. And I think what I'll do is I'll put the chord chart up right now. And let's go through them. I'm not sure how much you guys have practiced over last week, but let's just do a quick review. And the songs that we play today, we'll use some of the chords that we've used. Last week, we did a lot of sevenths. But first of all, let me bring the chord chart up. And where is it? Here it is, right here. Courtesy of Soundsmith ukuleles. All right, I guess what I'll do is I'll leave the whole chart up, and I will use the spotlight tool here. And why don't we just go in order of the ones we want to do? A major. So A major, we're going to take our first finger, and we're going to press at the... Okay, thanks Janine for letting us know. We're going to take our first finger and press at the first fret of the third string. Remember that the first string is the string that's farthest away from your chin. Okay, so the third string is going to be the second closest to your chin. So your first finger at that first fret, and your second finger at the second fret of the fourth string, which is closest to your chin, and it should sound just like that. Okay. Next chord, C major chord, the most commonly used chord. And this is taking your third finger and pressing at the third fret of the first string, leaving all the other strings open. All right. On this chart, remember we had a discussion of this. The O's at the top of the chord chart mean open string. But we've also discovered in some cases that if there's nothing stated, then just assume that the string is left open. Okay. But it's good form to have to be pretty explicit about where the open strings are. So there's C major. The next chord, D major. And there's a variety of ways to play this one. All right. This is going to require, one way to play it is three fingers. Your first finger at the second fret of the fourth string. All right. Then your second finger at the second fret of the third string. And your third finger at the second fret of the second string. Jam them all in, and you may need to make sure that your thumb is riding down the invisible line down the back of the neck, and you may need to just shift your hand around to allow you to get a good pressure on all those frets, and the chord should sound like this, all right? A lot of people will, instead of doing that particular version of the chord, they'll take their first finger and lay it down as a bar, pressing down with your first finger on the second fret at the fourth, third, and second string, and you simply will just muffle or not play the first string, and so that it would sound like this. Okay. All right. The next chord, F major, a very standard chord. First finger at the first fret of the second string, second finger at the second fret of the fourth string. There we go. All right. Next chord, G major. All right. Your first finger is at the second fret of the third string. Your second finger is at the second fret of the first string, and then your third finger is where the red dot is, at your third fret of the second string, and it should sound like this. All right, pretty chord. The next chord, A7th, we have learned this chord just pressing in one place. Where the red dot is, take your first finger and press at the first fret of the third string. Play all the rest of the strings open. All right. This chord chart has an alternative fingering, but you know what? I think that having just the first finger, using all those open strings, is a superior sounding chord. All right. Next one. So when you play the uke, you will find different voicings. So each chord does not have just a single way to play it. There can be multiple what we call voicings. So different combinations of notes that make up that chord. And some uke players will have their favorites, or depending on the flexibility of your hands, you may choose to play chords in certain ways. But I will always emphasize chord voicings that maximize, that use the most open strings. And we'll focus on ease of playing. The C7th chord, your first finger at the first fret of the first string. There's C7. Here's the D7th chord. We looked at this one. And if you want to play in this voicing, use your first finger as a bar and press down all of the strings at the second fret. And then use your second finger to press down at the third fret of the first string. And it sounds like that. Okay? I like a different chord voicing which uses plays at the second fret. Take your second finger and put it at the second fret of the fourth string. And then the next one would be press your third finger at the second fret of the second string and leave those other two open. And that has more open strings, and I really like that. And it also, that chord allows you to take your third finger and create more easily create suspensions. All right. Next chord we're going to look at, G7th. One of the foundational chords for the ukulele. We play this all the time. It's one of the first three chords we learned. Okay. Your first finger goes at the first fret of the second string. Second finger goes at the second fret of the third string. And your third finger goes at the second fret of the first string. It sounds just like that. Okay. All right. We're going pretty quickly through these. All right. At A minor, your second finger goes at the second fret of the fourth string. It sounds just like that. It's a pretty sad sounding chord. And I'm going to, Rick is in, there you go. Okay, next chord we're going to do, and I think there's others we've learned here, but let's, where was E7th? E7th is not in this list, but let's do the C minor chord. C minor, right here, we're going to press down with our first finger a bar. That we're going to press down the third fret across the first, second, and third strings. And here, just play all four strings like that. All right? Another way to play this chord is instead of leaving the fourth string open, we can press down at the fifth fret here with our third finger. And that creates a closed position chord that then is movable up and down the neck. So that C minor chord, if we play it and put our third finger at the fifth fret of the fourth string, if we then move our first finger, one fret up towards the nut of your fingerboard, that is a B minor chord. All right, and we'll play that one today. We're going to play Jimmy Buffett's song today that uses that chord. All right, and this chart does not have the A minor 7th chord. And so there's a chord that we play, the first chord we ever played on the uke, which is the My Dog Has Fleas chord. And that chord, we're not pressing on the fretboard at all. We're just playing all of our strings open. That's an A minor 7. All right. And the last chord on this chart that we'll look at, the E minor chord. There we go. It's kind of a fun chord to play. Your fingers just create like a line across the fretboard. Your first finger goes at the second fret of the first string. Your second finger goes at the third fret of the second string. And your third finger goes at the fourth fret of the third string. And the last string is open. Okay? Another way alternatively to play this one is that you can also, oh, I can't reach it there. There we go. You could also take your fourth finger. Well, let's tell you what. Okay, yeah, let's keep going with this. You could take your third finger and press down at the fourth fret of the fourth string, and then take your fourth finger and press down at the fourth fret of the third string. So you're pressing down on all four strings. And what this has the advantage of is it becomes a closed or movable chord. All right, and so if we move ourselves then up one fret, that becomes an E flat minor, and then keep moving and take your first finger off the fretboard. If you're playing so that your second finger here is going to be right at the first fret, suddenly that has turned into the D minor chord. All right, and so we'll use D minor pretty soon. Okay, all right. So keep practicing your chords. Fortunately for us, almost all of the song arrangements that we use will have a chord chart for all the chords that we play. Okay, so pretty quick. It's sort of useful, like I said, to get started on the uke. You should be practicing C, F, G7, A minor. There's that group of core chords that you need to have the muscle memory to be able to play without looking at the fretboard or thinking too hard. All right. So many songs for the ukulele are written in the key of C and use those really basic chords. That's the time you should practice. So remember, here's an exercise that we used last time. It's a fun little chord progression, a moving along between chords. Let's do C major, and then take your second finger. We'll move down, play A minor. All right. And now we're going to drop our first finger down at the first fret of the second string, play F, and then we're going to shift our second and third fingers around to play G7, and then return to C. So it's kind of that's a nice little practice progression because it feels like it's very additive. We're just adding or subtracting one finger at a time and kind of going through a circle of chords. It sounds pretty, okay? So practice going slow, making a great sound, making sure that on your right hand, you're brushing the strings, getting the best possible sound from your strings, okay? And don't forget about that invisible line down the back of the neck of your ukulele. Your thumb should be running down that invisible line. And we've talked about this before, having your thumb in this position as opposed to clenching the neck of your uke allows you to have a better hinge in this manner so that your fingers can press down more directly on the strings, all right? And it also gives you more of an ability to shift or pivot laterally, all right? So look at the range you could have practically all the way down the end of the neck, but you know, it makes it more comfortable for you to be able to perhaps, for example, shift your hand a little bit. Let's say we're making G7. If you just need to shift your hand a little bit to give your space, your third finger, the room to get into the second fret of the first string, being able to have a good hand position just allows you to shift your hand a little bit to make that more comfortable. Okay? Okay, so that's the chord review. Now, let's play our first song. We're going to play a song. We're going to play The Ring of Fire. And so we'll play some Johnny Cash. And so this is the song. You can find the arrangement up on ukesociety.com. I arranged this for them, so I put it up there. But it's a simple one, 3 chords, C, F, and G7. And if you don't know the melody, you'll probably remember as soon as we start playing this one. The strum pattern is just a simple down strum. We can just do with our thumb 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll play this. Maybe we'll try a couple different strums. But we can start just using our thumb. 1, 2, 3. So the idea is love is a burning thing and it makes a fiery ring. All right, so let me bring the chord chart up and we'll get started. We'll take the verse and first chorus. All right, so why don't we start? Let's start at so there's an introduction. So you see the chords. There's an introduction. Each of the chords in the introduction, you see C, F, C, C, G7, and C. In each of those letters, 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4 of time, and then we get into the verse. So it's going to sound like this: C, 2, 3, F, C, 2, 3, 4, and C, 2, 3, 4, then G, and then 2 beats, and then C, 2, 3, 4. Why don't we try that one more? C, F, C, C, G7 coming up, G7, C, 2, 3, 4. Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring, bound by wild desires. I fell into a ring of fire. So I'm going to hold up just a second. I'm going to get my spotlight. All right. So the chords are arranged phonetically. All right. So here are the lyrics of the song, and the chords you change to the different chord based on where you are singing, where you are in terms of singing the lyrics. Okay. This isn't very helpful if you don't know the song, but this song's pretty iconic. So most people know the melody. So love, we play C, and when we get to the word burning, we're going to change to F, burning, and then we change to C at the. Okay, that's the idea here. So let's try this one more time, and then we're going to go into the chorus. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Love is a burning thing. 2, 3, 4, and it makes a fiery ring, bound by wild desires. I fell into a ring of fire. Chorus now, G7. I fell into a burning ring of fire, went down, 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 and the flames went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire, 2, 3, 4. All right, now let's go up and pick up the next verse, and then we'll do the chorus. Then we'll repeat the chorus, and then we'll repeat the last line of the chorus, and then we're done. The taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours beat. I fell for you like a child. Oh, but the fire went wild. Chorus now. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. That ring of fire, the ring of fire. Repeat the chorus. Oh, I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. That ring of fire, the ring of fire. Last line again. And it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. All right, thanks to June Carter Cash for writing that song. And there we go. All right, so 3-chord song, pretty simple song, but boy, you know, sometimes the chords come fast and hard, all right? And so this is the one where you gotta have the muscle memory, C, F, G7, all right? So if there's 3 chords, you're gonna just like, You got 5 minutes with uke. Practice that chord progression because you want your response to be pretty instantaneous on that one. All right, there's not much time to search. Okay, all right. So the next thing now, we're going to do something completely different. We've played so many chords, but we have not been rocking out on riffs and leads and things like that. So we're not going to do that today, but we are going to learn the concept of notes, all right? So 4 strings, and if we take our first string, we're going to just use our thumb. Let's play the open first string. And now let's take our second finger and press at the 2nd fret of the first string, and take our 3rd finger and press at the 3rd fret of the 1st string, back down to 2nd fret, and then open. What do we do? All right. So what we did is we played a series of notes, okay? And we've already been playing notes. When we play chords, chords are just a group of notes that are stacked together and played simultaneously as a strum. And so it creates kind of like, you can feel that grouping, all right? But you can also play the uke, and you can play just a single merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. All right, we can just play an individual melody with the ukulele as well. So we're going to learn a method for reading notes, all right, a simple one. And then we're going to learn our first song, where we're going to play some chords as well, and we'll also learn how to play the notes. So we'll just do the kid song, Merrily We Roll Along, or London Bridge, whichever lyrics you like better for it. So I'm going to try to share it, and the arrangement of Merrily We Roll Along is from the Hal Leonard Ukulele Method Book 1, page 43. All right, and so got to give those guys credit. Okay, hopefully you don't get seasick because I took this picture from a page that was a little bit bent. And so it made me look a little bit bent for publishing it like this. All right, so there's a whole bunch of things for us to examine today. All right, so a few things. I'm going to get my spotlight out. The chord chart. All right, so here's almost every arrangement you'll find, whether it's for guitar or ukulele, there will be a chord chart. So if I play this song for you the first time, it's going to go like this. You start on G. Merrily we roll along. And then D7. And there's that arrangement of the D7th chord. You know how I like the one that uses our 2 fingers, all right? And I'm going to play that one. Anyways, so merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along over the deep blue sea. All right? And so if you know the word, you just change your chord to match where the lyric is. Okay? There are now, in terms of what are we physically seeing on the page here, we've got 2 lines of music. Well, actually, we have 2 lines of music, and in each line there's 2 ways of representing music. The top is sheet music like you would read if you were playing the piano, okay? And it includes all kinds of things like the treble clef, a key signature, a time signature, and a series of notes, all right? Notice that there's different notes. There's dark notes with a stem, there's clear notes with a stem, and there are dotted clear notes with a stem. And so you can spend some time learning music theory and knowing exactly what all these are all about. In the treble clef, these are all notes that on the piano would be played with your right hand on the above middle C, above the middle point of the keyboard. But for most, a lot of folks, this lower method here is a little bit easier to start with. All right. So if you want to learn the piano notation, talk to me. But here we may actually spend a little time, more time, looking at what's called tablature or tab. Okay. So tab, what you're seeing here is you're seeing 4 horizontal lines, and the 4 horizontal lines correspond to the strings of your ukulele. All right. So if you turn your ukulele up so that the strings are facing you and then look at the tab, well, the top line of the tab, for example, where the number 2 is here, that line represents the first string of your ukulele. All right? The second line is the second string. The third line is the third string. And then here, that fourth line is the fourth string, the string that is closest to your chin. All right? The numbers represent the fret number. All right? And 0 means you can either read that as a 0 or you can read it as open. All right? That represents, say, an open string. You're not going to fret the string. You're just going to play it open. The 2 is telling you to press down at the second fret of the first string. All right? And then open means play the first string open. And then this 3 is saying play the third fret of the second string. And then again, you're going to return to the open first string. Okay? So some differences between tab and conventional music notation. Tab is very much about where to put your fingers on the fretboard of your instrument. All right? Tab does not convey any rhythmic information. So for example, these dark notes with a stem, these are quarter notes, and there's 4 of those in every measure. The measures are where they have these vertical lines. So this first line has 1, 2, 3, 4 measures of music in it. But essentially, a quarter note in this song, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. You play one of those quarter notes every beat of the song. These clear bubbles with a stem are called half notes, and you hold those for 2 beats. All right? A dotted half note, you press those for 3 beats. This little squiggly symbol is a quarter note rest, where you have silence for 1 beat. And then these 2 notes are called eighth notes, and there are 2 eighth notes in 1 quarter note. So there's some music theory and some knowledge that you'd have to develop to read this. And this also is telling you, for example, that this is a B, this is an A, this is a G, this is an A. So it's telling you, it's communicating what the value of the note is, but it also encodes rhythmic information. So if you've never heard the song before, you can play the song just by reading the music notation. 2 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over the deep blue sea, 2, 3, rest. All right. So it conveys a lot. The sheet music notation, encodes and communicates a lot of information. Tablature isn't very useful unless you already know the song. But in this case, you already know the song, and so it's convenient to just be told where to press down on the strings, okay? And so it's a great place to start, all right? So what we're going to do, let's play the song using the chords, all right? So we're going to start off, let's start from the top here. Let's just play our song conventionally using the chords. We're going to use our thumb strum. All right, here we go. So we're going to start merrily we... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to... Okay, see you, Janine. We'll see you next time. We're going to just play this very straight. I'm not going to do too much embellishment on the melody. It's simply going to be merrily we roll along, then D7, roll along, then G, roll along, merrily we roll along, over the deep blue sea. All right? So you can play this, you can play just 1 chord per bar, per measure. All right? Or you can play the chord on its doing every beat. You can do merrily we roll along, then D7, roll along, merrily we roll along, o'er the deep blue sea. All right? All right. Now, let's go and play the melody of the song using the tablature. Okay, so what we're going to do here, sometimes you can use a pick. All right, can I use a pick? But I think we'll just play with our thumb here. All right, and what we're going to do is remember what we first said is first finger plays all the notes. We're going to start, first finger plays all the notes on the first string. Second finger plays all the notes on the second, first finger plays all the notes on the first fret. Second finger plays all the notes on the second fret. Third finger plays all the notes on the third fret. Fourth finger plays the notes on the fourth fret. And there's going to be exceptions to this, but this is a good place to start, all right? So our first note at the first string, second fret, use your second finger to play that. Then open, take your finger off. The third fret on the second string, we're going to use our third finger. Then open, and then 2, 2, 2. All right. I don't think there's any other surprises here. All right. These are the notes we're going to play. Let's start from the top. So second finger. Okay, merrily we. Now we're in the second measure, and we're just going to press the second finger on the first string, second fret. Roll along. So you can use a finger to pluck, or you can use your thumb. And now the third measure. 3 times we're going to play the open string, open first string. Roll along. And then the next measure. 3 times we're going to press the second fret of the first string. Roll along. Now we're at the next line. Merrily we roll along over the deep blue sea. 2, 3, rest. Okay, this is a little complicated, so we're going to play those eighth notes. Over the deep blue sea. 2, 3, rest. And the way we'd count this would be 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, rest. All right, but if we go back here, we're going to say over the deep blue sea. 2, 3, rest. All right. So as you can see, the tablature doesn't really convey any rhythmic information. So often you'll see tab written along with a sheet music representation, but in some cases not. And so if there's no sheet music, you'll need to go to YouTube, or maybe it's a song you know already, but you'll need to find the music. Let's try this one more time. So we're going to go to the top. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along over the deep blue sea. All right, cool, 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 cool. So I'm going to stop sharing this one. And why don't we try, let's see, how are we doing in time? We're at 11:41. I think we're going to do a little bit, we'll do one more of these melody songs. We'll do Skip to My Lou, which everyone kind of knows, right? So another fairly simple one. All right, so let's get our spotlight out. Here's a few chords, just 2 chords, F and C7. So F sounds like this, C7, first finger at the first fret, the first string. So it's going to go, the song is going to go, skip, skip, skip to my Lou, skip, skip, skip to my Lou, skip, skip, skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. All right, try one more time. Skip, skip, skip to my Lou, skip, skip, skip to my Lou, skip, skip, skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. All right, just using our thumb, and we're just doing a 1, 2, 3, 4, a quarter note downstroke strum. So now let's take a look at the notes that we're going to play. So here's an A, here's an F, and then here's an A. Oh, look, there's 2 eighth notes and a C, and so we've got some interesting combinations here. So if we start from the first one, this, remember, 0 means an open string. So skip, and then F, skip. First, the next one is the first fret of the second string, and the next one, open first string, skip to my Lou, and you can use your third finger to press at the 3rd fret. That's a C up there. Next time, next line, next measure, 3rd fret of the 2nd string, skip, and then open string, skip, skip to my loo. And so that one, that B flat, is played with the 1st finger of the 1st string, and that, notice that, remember that note, that note is critical to our C7th chord. All right. Then the next line, skip, skip, skip to my loo, skip to my loo, my darling. Ooh, went fast there. Let's slow this one down a little bit. So 3rd fret of the 2nd string, skip, and then back to the 1st string, to my loo. Then 3rd finger at the 2nd fret again, 3rd fret of the 2nd string again, my darling. All right, play the F chord at the end. There, it fits nice. All right. So why don't we go, and we'll go quickly through this one. So start at the beginning. Skip, skip, skip to my loo. Skip, skip, skip to my loo. Skip, skip, skip to my loo. Skip to my loo, my darling. All right. There we go. All right. So cool, cool, cool. So now we're going to do something a little different. So now we're going to play some songs. We're 15 minutes, so I think we're in pretty good shape. We're going to play 2 songs. We're going to play Have You Ever Seen the Rain, which we did last time. But this time we're going to play a little note riff. All right. So now we've played 2 songs. We've played melodies. Now you're ready to play some like a cooler riff. All right. And then we'll play Have You Ever Seen the Rain, and then we'll play A Pirate Looks at 40. We'll play a Jimmy Buffett song, which will exercise some of our new chords, especially our minor chords. Okay? All right. How's everyone doing so far? No one's looking too shell-shocked or anything? Yeah, okay? Trying to go slow? Okay, here we go. All right, good. Let's see. So let's open up the music for Have You Ever Seen the Rain? So here's the verse and the chorus. And so spotlight over here. Here's your chord chart: C, G, A minor, and E minor. In this song, using the G7th chord works really well, actually. So if you find it easier to play G7th for now, you can play the G7th chord. But here during like a lesson where no one's going to hear you because you're muted on the other side of Zoom, no one can hear you if you mess up the G chord, and you should develop the facility to move between G and G7, between G and G7 without looking at your fretboard, all right? And you're making progress when you can go between G and G7 smoothly, all right? There are a lot of songs where playing just G7 works well, but there are some songs that are just really calling out for the tonality of the G major chord. Okay, so sometimes you really need to play one chord versus the other. Okay, so now let's play the song first. We're going to do the verse and then the chorus. We'll go pretty slow, and then we'll stop, and we'll work on a cool little riff. All right, here we go. So here we go. Someone told. Let's see. Oh, sometimes this song's very low in the voice, sometimes very high. So I'm going to sing high. Okay. Someone told me long ago. Just doing a quarter note strum. Actually, no, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Doing a half note strum. Someone told me long ago. There's a calm before the storm. I know. G major chord, and it's been coming for some time. And we switch to C there, stay on C. When it's over, so they say, it'll rain a sunny day. I know, shining down like water. Shift to C7. Yeah, that should be a C7 there. Now we're going to F. And I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? That's a big change, isn't it? Going from C to E minor to A minor. Let's practice that for a second. C major, E minor, and I'll move our chord chart up a little bit so you can remind yourself on E minor, and then A minor. All right. Now let's go back to the chorus one more time. And I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? F chord. And I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? And then F. Coming down on a sunny day. Da 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 da. All right, now let's learn that little riff. It's a cool little riff. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to learn the riff that sounds like this. Da 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 da. And I think that's actually from the bass line of the original song, the original CCR song. Da 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 da. All right, so we're going to start, and you're only going to need to use da 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 da. Oh, you only need to use 2 fingers. Pretty cool. Start with C. We're going to press where we do our C major chord, 3rd fret of the 1st string. Play that. And now then play open 1st string. So you go C, 3rd fret, open. Now the 2nd string, you're going to play 3rd fret, open. So it's kind of looking like a square, isn't it? 3, open, 1st string. 2nd string, 3, open. And then 3rd string, press the 2nd fret, and then open. So it's mostly open strings. So again, 1st string, 3, 3rd fret, open. Go to the 2nd string, 3, open, and then 3rd string, 2nd string, 2nd fret, open. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. All right, and then play the C major chord. So we can now give it a little bit of rhythm. We can say da 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 da. 3 open, 3 open, 2 open. Okay, first string. 3 open, 3 open, 2 open. Rick, you're looking awesome. Keep at it. Keep at it. Keep at it. Got to give something for the shredders out there. I know Melanie needs Melanie wants the shredding course here. I won't. Not every session is going to be like this, all right? But it's sort of like I want to show you all the different sounds that you can get out of the uke, right? So this is a fun one. I'm not even going to make. We're not even going to do the string bending. We'll do the string bending next week, all right? So here we go. So 3 open, 3 open, 2 open, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. All right. So now you got that rhythm, that sort of that riff in your head. Let's go back to the song, and I'll tell you where you can play it. And if you don't want to play it, since you're muted, I can't hear it if you're not playing it. You can just play the C major chord, all right? But if you want to, it happens at the end of each verse. So let's go back to the song. So to start the song, we have a little intro before we get into the song. 1, 2, just hanging out on the C chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to play that riff. Da 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 da, and I'm going to start singing. All right. So a reminder on the riff. On the first string, 3 open. 2nd string, 3 open. 3rd string, 2 open. Okay? So let's hang out and just do an intro. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do the riff. Da 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 da. Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know, and it's been coming for some time. Now do the riff. Da 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 da. When it's over, so they say, it'll rain a sunny day. I know, shining down like water. C7th chord. Now the chorus, F. So I want to know, have you ever, E minor, seen the rain? And I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down on a sunny day, 2, 3, 4. Now do the riff. Da, 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 da. Okay? 3, first string 3, open. Second string 3, open. Third string 2, open. Da, 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 da. And now let's do the chorus one more time. And I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? And I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down on a sunny day. Now we're going to do the riff one last time. Da, 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 da. And finish on the C major chord. Yeah. Woo! All right. How's everyone feeling now? Tired? How are your fingers feeling? Your fingers sore? Right? A little bit? Yeah? Okay. Do you need to do a stretch? Do that stretch. Second finger, third finger, fourth finger. Yeah. Stretch it out, stretch it out. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Okay, good. Take some turmeric. Take turmeric tablets or something when your hands are sore. All right, let's do a song. Let's finish up with a Jimmy Buffett song, and we're going to do a Pirate Looks at 40. And the Pirate Looks at 40 has some interesting pieces to it and some interesting chords. Fortunately, some of the chords are easy. It's got 4 chords. 4 chords? Yeah, I think it's just got 4 chords. Has our C major chord. It has a G chord. All right, so we know this one. It has the My Dog Has Fleas chord, the A minor 7. Okay, there we go. There we go. So all open strings for the A minor 7. And then B minor. You can either play the B minor just by pressing down at the 2nd fret on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings, all right? And then just playing those top 3 strings. That's a B minor. But if you want to do it right, if you really want to make it sound nice, take your 3rd finger and press at the 4th fret of the 4th string. All right? So it's going to require you can use your 2nd finger and help press down on that 1st finger just to give you a little more down force, all right? But this is what B minor chord should sound like. All right? And so you'll hear there's a combination of chords which you should practice. So it'll be A minor 7, all open, and then we play B minor, and then back to A minor 7, and then to G. All right? So A minor 7, all open, B minor, A minor 7, and then G. And we'll often switch in this one from G to C to G. All right? All right. So the opening for this song goes like this. G, 2, 3, 4. G, 2 beats. C, 2 beats. Then G, 4 beats. G, 2 beats. C, 2 beats. And we repeat this 4 times. This is the intro. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this arrangement, so I'll put the arrangement up. Okay? This is an arrangement I did for the Uke Society. You can find it at Uke Society's archive, ukesociety.com/songs. But let's put this up. Here it goes. All right. So let's see. Yeah, let's do it like this. Hopefully you guys can see all of that. And instead of doing the island strum, we'll just keep it real easy for this one. We're just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. We'll just do a quarter note strum. All right. So let's play the intro. Keep it real slow. 1, 2, G, G, C, then G. 4 beats. 3, 4. Then 2 beats of G. 2 beats of C. 1, 2, last time. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mother, Mother Ocean, I have heard you call. Change the C now. Wanted to sail upon your waters since I was 3 feet tall. Back to G. You've seen it all. Now here's the A minor 7, the My Dog Has Fleas chord. Then B minor, you, and then you've seen it all. Back to G, C, and then next verse. Watch the men who rode you switch from sails to steam. Now to C, and in your belly you hold the treasures. If you have ever seen G chord, most of them dreams. A minor 7. Most of them dreams. 2, 3, 4. Next. Then the chorus. Yes, I am a pirate. 200 years too late. The cannons don't thunder. There's nothing to plunder. I'm an over 40 victim of fate, arriving too late. B minor, arriving too late. All right, so we'll do just that, and we'll come back to that next week. It's a sad song, but Jimmy Buffett is a very appreciated songwriter. That's a pretty great song. So lots of cool chords there. That A minor 7. It feels so good to play that A minor 7 and that B minor combination back to A minor 7 and then back down to G. And it's kind of nice to have beautiful sounds from a uke where you're not having to wrap your hands into pretzels, right? So, all right, now. Thanks everyone for another round of the Tuesday Morning Uke Club. Now I'm going to unmute everyone and we can chat.